All right, y'all, let's lock in because we got a lot to talk about with Georgia State football. The 2024 season, it's a thing in the past now. It was like a roller coaster ride with more twists than a Netflix thriller. Coach Dell McGee didn't waste a single second hitting the reset button. As soon as the last game was over versus Coastal Carolina, it was on to 2025. And his first full recruiting class isn't just good, it's the entire vibe. This group has speed, size, and that signature swagger that screams New Atlanta. Trust me, the Sun Belt is about to feel the heat. So let's dive into these recruits, break them down, and see why this class could be the spark Georgia State needs to climb the ranks. Let's start with the heart of any good football team, the trenches. Defensive dogs. Chartavis Flournoy, defensive tackle, 6'1", 306. This kid lives to destroy game plans. With 10 sacks, 19 tackles for a loss, and 2 forced fumbles as a senior at Colquitt County, he's a walking nightmare for offenses. Flournoy causes chaos every single 6 snaps. Imagine having to deal with that for 4 quarters. Alex Mullins, defensive tackle. He's a quiet assassin, but make no mistake, he's reliable, gritty, and ready to anchor the defensive line. Georgia State's defense needs stability, and Alex Mullins is built for it. Keelan Butler, outside linebacker. This kid is an athletic freak. He's got 10 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks with the 11-second, 11-meter dash under his belt. This guy is a defensive coordinator's dream. Zion Lawson, outside linebacker. Zion brings versatility, whether it's rushing off the edge, catching touchdowns, putting people on their back. He's the ultimate Swiss Army knife of this recruiting class. Look for Zion to make noise on multiple sides and rows for Georgia State. Now let's talk about offense, where Georgia State is bringing straight fire. Derek Avery Jr., wide receiver. Derek Avery is a fireworks show. With over 3,000 career receiving yards in a senior year that included 1.2K yards, 16 touchdowns, this kid is uncoverable. And if you need proof of his athleticism, look at the highlights. Good luck defending that. Tawan Payton Jr., running back. Tawan is a human joystick, averaging 215.7 all-purpose yards per game. Payton is electric. He's racked up 1.7K rushing yards and 400 return yards last season. The defense never knows what hits them when Tawan hits on the field. LaDainian Martin, running back. LaDainian is consistency personified. With 1,167 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns, LaDainian is the perfect complement to Payton's explosiveness. Think of it as a 1-2 power punch. Grant Hollier, tight end, 6'2", 228. Grant is the ultimate red zone weapon. .975 receiving yards and 16 touchdowns last year alone. Grant Hollier is a matchup nightmare. And did I mention he is an absolute track star in open field? You can't score without a strong offensive line, and Georgia State's got some serious reinforcements coming in. Perleski Martin, offensive tackle. Perleski is a road grader who paved the way for 200 rushing yards per game at Shiloh High School. He's going to open up some massive running lanes in the backfield. And I would like to mention, he could secure an IHOP NIL deal with all the pancakes. Aiden Andrews, interior offensive line. Aiden anchored a 12-1 Spalding High football team. He's tough, smart, and exactly the kind of player that you want in the trenches. An absolute bully. Standing at 6'3", 291 pounds, I would hate to get in his way. Defense wins championships, and Georgia State added some serious firepower to the secondary. Demarion Fillmore, corner. Demarion comes from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College with 3 interceptions and 37 tackles under his belt. He's a polished player who's ready to make an immediate impact for the secondary. Joseph Holt, safety. Joseph is the ultimate enforcer. With 76 tackles in 2 seasons, Holt brings a level of physicality and leadership to the Panthers secondary with some departures of key players via graduation and the portal. You need playmakers to swing the momentum in a heartbeat, and Georgia State has a few of those. Jamari Miller, wide receiver. Jamari might be small, but he's lightning in a bottle. Standing at 5'8", 145, this kid has 1,128 all-purpose yards and 9 touchdowns. He's a constant threat whenever he touches the ball. Caden Atkins, defensive end. Caden is the ultimate Swiss Army knife. With 120 tackles, 40 tackles for a loss, 7 sacks. Did I mention he also rushed for over 1,000 yards? How do you even game plan for a guy like that? This recruiting class is shaping up to be an absolute best in Georgia State history. With 26 recruits signed, Coach Dell McGee is getting the Georgia State Panthers off into the right direction. The future is bright for the Panthers in 2025.